can say whatever you want. You can hate her and you can boo her as hard as you want. You will never be able to say that she's not one of the best women's wrestlers that's ever lived.
Yeah.
It can't be said.
Yeah, no, her in-ring ability isn't really.
She's just.
You
she's
can't
in
doubt
a category with very few others.
It's just so many things that compile that people don't like. It's like, oh,
Yes.
she's Ric Flair's daughter.
She's Ric Flair's daughter. She's won the title a million times.
Yeah, and she just keeps getting pushed.
Always keeps getting put immediately right in the top spot.
And there's times where people like it, like when the Hardys came back in 2020 or whenever
and instantly
it was,
won the tag
and
belts.
they won the tag titles.
Yeah, but they were gone from WWE for years, though.
Yeah, and they're huge fan favorites no matter what. Like, the difference with Charlotte is she's coming back and fans are upset about it.
The crowd would have been obsessed with it if Alexa came back and won. They would have exploded.
Yeah.
They booed wicked hard when she got eliminated because they wanted her to win immediately when they saw she was back.
Yeah.
It just proves the point.
They're like, oh, she's in
Charlotte,
here? That changes everything.
They see her come back and they go, Ghana. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I totally understand that perspective.
I totally get it. And that's the thing.
And I agree with that perspective.
Exact. I agree with it as well. I do not want to see Charlotte come back and just take the proverbial sledgehammer to all the storylines and go, no, I'm champ. I have to be champ, though, because Rick, so I'm just champ. Deal with it. I don't care. You're going to make the belt not matter then. What will make you matter is if you don't fucking win everything all the time and you swerve the crowd and fucking lose.
Well, she's in a great spot to be heel and put talent over.
That's the thing. She puts talent over.
Yeah.
That's another thing.
And
that
she can do it as a heel.
About. She put Rhea on the map.
Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah, that's fair.
Huge, dude. Did the job to her at Mania for the belt to put her on the trajectory.
Yeah. No, I think she's in a great position to do that. She doesn't need another world title.
I don't think she gets I think she gets more hate than she deserves. However, I will totally agree that I don't want to see her I don't even know if it's necessarily her doing. It's not like she has creative control. I don't want to see the company put blinders on to how great they've made everything by mixing it up. And just rely on only her for the next 2 years.
I want them to have the wherewithal to be like, we have built like good, like
they
solid
have the craziest
talent
women's division of all time.
Yeah. Instead of going like, we still need to build these people. No, that's not the case.
Because that is why Charlotte was the flagship for so long. Is because they were still building the division.
Yeah.
They don't need her to be the flagship anymore. So she's free to do storylines.
Yeah.
She's in the Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens boat. Where you don't need them around the world title for them to be doing top guy storyline stuff and positioning. She can still be in the top level stuff, but she doesn't need to be champion anymore.
Right.
At least not right now.
Yeah,
Look how starving for Cena to win it again people are. It's because he took a break from being the only fucking guy. With Charlotte, have her back, have her be involved in other things that are still high level and still get time.
Yeah, so
and then eventually people won't be pissed.
There won't be a problem.
Have her go after the title again.
I don't think people are going to be upset at her getting screen time. I just don't think they don't want the title.
They're afraid of it being a backstep in the division.
Yeah.
And I don't blame you, but I just don't buy that they're going to do that.
It's not going to go that way.
Good luck getting that to take place, and she doesn't get ousted by the locker room by the likes of everybody else on the roster.
Yeah.
Because that'll happen. If she comes in with an ego and tries to be like, I'm the only person, you got to go ahead and tell Rhea Ripley that you're going to outsell her merch.
Yeah.
Have fun.
Yeah.
Do it.
Well, the reality is I'm not going to hate if she, in the long run, I'm not going to hate it if she gets a title and drops it.
No, me neither.
But I'm not going to love it. Like in real time, I'm not going to love it. You know what I mean?
You're going to go, of course.
But, sometimes it's like we said, with Cena and Reigns, you look back and then you're like, oh, like these are the GOATs. You know what I mean? Like these are some of the best ever. And, they went through this phase.
Through it. Yeah. And I think that with Charlotte, she's going through that same shit.
Yeah. There's a lot of ways to look at that. And
when all of a sudden, like the second she decides to retire,
Yeah.
She's going to go directly in the Hall of Fame, and people will be praising her like she's one of the greatest of all time. She'll be remembered forever as one of the greatest of all time.
Yeah,
There will no more booze. No more booze.
Right.
But in her run, people have just seen so much of her at the top with a stranglehold on that belt that they just they don't want to see it go back to that.
You would think she would understand that, but I think she thinks that she was gone long enough to where
I think
the tide was gonna turn there.
I think she loves the idea of being the top champion because who the fuck gets into wrestling to not be?
Right. You
know?
But she doesn't maybe she just doesn't know how strong this division is right now because it's
been gone for a long. It has blown wide open.
Yeah.